Yo, what's up, everybody? It's your boy AJ again with a NoiseVember challenge video, and today we are going to be doing challenge number 5, remix. And so for this challenge, I came up with a very cool idea. I was thinking about doing one of those power plays or radio power intros that you hear with me just saying like remix in the name. So it'd be like you're listening to the remix and then have like a bunch of sound effects be played in channels 127. I think that would be a really cool way to do remix. I'm pretty sure that's not really what this prompt intends, or people who make this prompt intend for it to be, but that's what I kind of think. Like when I think remix, I think like you're listening to the remix or something like that. No, excuse me. So yeah, we're gonna just go with that, and we're just gonna open up Ableton because I'm gonna be using Ableton's audio features to give myself a lot of cool effects and yeah, just a cool effects for me to play with. I don't think I'm gonna need any MIDI. I'm gonna use pure audio for this, so we'll see how this goes. I've been editing my videos. Well, actually, before we start, let's get the timer here. And of course, we have 30 minutes. 30 minutes to do whatever it is I can do in 30 minutes to make this remix clip possible. It's going to be like a radio station, like into remix is what I'm thinking. All right, so with that being said, let's get it started with the timer in 3, 2, 1. Okay, first things first, I'm gonna make a note and to yeah, I kind of wrote down a remix idea, but I'm gonna make another note where it's gonna be the script of things to read. So the first thing I'm gonna say is like uh line, oh man, I can't spell line 1. You're listening to the remix, and then maybe have like a delay here that says like remix, 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 something like that. The hottest station for the hottest music station around. Yeah. And then it can be like remix. You're listening to the remix. Yeah. Hottest music station around. And then some music here, and then music here, and then finally hottest stations around, where bumper, or what's like the playing only yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, I think just those two lines. Everything else I'm just gonna make up on the spot. So for this, I'm actually gonna be using my own music that I recorded or that I composed, because I think I made some pretty good tunes that kind of fall under this category of like bump and bass. I don't think I'm gonna make something from scratch because I'm doing more of just the bumper rather than just the music for this. But anyways, where is it? I think it's here. Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna do Funk Flavor Jam, maybe Hardware Store Rock, maybe. And then Quest for Golden Apple, of course, and maybe yours Robot Barbecue. Okay, we'll probably just use these 4 audio files to mess around with for this piece or for this bumper. I'm probably just gonna use like very little trinkets, but it's gonna be like a nice diversified. I think that's fine. Ooh, synth style cuisine. Yeah, we could use some synth. All right, cool. So these are all music that I made. So I get to kind of copy off what I did before. And before anything, I'm just gonna group them up and mute it because it is gonna be very, very loud listening to all this. So I'm just gonna put music tracks. Okay. And then I'm gonna make a separate audio track where I'm just gonna record my own stuff. So yeah, now that we're recording this, I'm just gonna record myself saying like, you're listening to what was the line? I'm not good with lines. You're listening to The Remix, the hottest music station around, where music music and taste are the where music and taste come together. The remix. Okay, cool. So I'll probably record those two lines. So I'll just put this kind of here to the side on my different monitor, and then we'll just record this. All right, so that's enabled. Let's just do a couple takes. You're listening to The Remix. 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 Okay, cool. Let's see how that was. You're listening to The Remix. You're listening to The Remix. Oh, I kind of like
You're
that one.
listening to The Remix. You're listening to The Remix.
Okay, yeah, those were pretty good. All right, so that's going to be line 1. Next one we're going to do is the hottest music station around. All right, cool. Here we go. And then we'll record, and let's go.
The hottest music station around. The hottest music station around. The hottest music station around. The hottest music station around.
All right, let's see those.
The hottest music station around. The hottest music station around.
Okay.
The hottest music station around.
All right.
The hottest music station around.
I'll probably do one more take where I'm like, the hottest music station. I'm going to like open up my chest a little bit so that way there's a bit more bass in here.
The hottest music station around. The hottest music station around. The hottest music station around.
Let's see.
The hottest music station around. The hottest music station around.
Okay, I like that except the ending.
The hottest music station around.
Okay, I think I like that one. Okay, so we'll just put line 2, and then the last line is where the music and taste come together. Okay. I didn't enable record. My bad. Oh, stop it. Here we go.
Where music and taste come together. Where music and taste come together. Where music and taste come together.
Yeah.
Where music and taste come together. Where music and taste come together.
Yeah, these are fine. All right. Line. Okay, cool. So I got those lines, and now I'm gonna need sound effects because there's a bunch of weird like sound effects going on with these kinds of bumper reels. So for that, I'm gonna use a sample library because I think a while ago I found this sample library from I don't know what, some like subscriber email thing, but it had like really fun, funny. It was like a free sound effects, but it had like really funny. Not Halloween, maybe Halloween. Let's check these out. I've never once. Whoa! We don't want that. What about these guys? Cinemac. No, I don't need this. Oh wait, maybe a tiger roar. Yeah. Lion bellow, like a grrr. Mm. Creatures designed. I wonder who designed these. Okay. I don't think I want creatures. I just want like maybe a cinematic. No, I'm not feeling cinematic. There was this one I got. Where's these guys? Rain, thunder. No, that was something else. That's the newsletter thing. I'm just gonna delete this actually. Yeah, I don't need that. Nylon guitar samples. Yeah. These are all like game stuff. But I remember I had for, was it this? Oh no, that's something else. Okay, okay. Give me a sec, everybody. I'm gonna find this. I'm gonna have to look into my email. This is not part of the thing, but I remember specifically finding a link or downloading some sort of sample library with like silly samples, but maybe. Yeah, here we go. Free silly sound effects. Yeah. I thought I already downloaded this. Let me check my downloads history. Silly. Okay, maybe not. Toots. Okay, I did. Where is this? Here it is. Okay, that sucked. What about like siren? Maybe we can do a siren here. That could possibly work. What about what's wobbly squeeze? Oh my god. Okay, these are like kind of way too silly. Funny buzz. Mm. Let's see. I'm not. All right. Maybe we need a little bit more reference. So let's go and look up radio bumper examples. Kind of see like.
An error on behalf of the send 1987. We continue.
Oh no, this is not the kind of.
This is a footages and this.
Okay, this is like something else. Radio station.
You're listening to only the world. No, your world. 19.
Yeah. Okay. So that kind of gave me an idea. Let's start with piecing this together. So we'll probably use, I think, this line.
You're listening to the remix. You're listening to the remix. You're listening to the remix.
Okay, I like this part, and then wait, actually, what I'll do is I'll make a duplicate track. Nope. Other one. Nope. There. Nope. All right. Whatever. I'll copy that here, and then for this one, I shall use this part because I like this beginning. What about
To the remix. To the remix.
Yeah, I kind of like that too. So I'll splice both of these together.
You're listening to the remix.
Yeah, I like that.
You're listening to the remix.
All right, cool. We'll do it here. We'll make a start. Create. Where is it? Create locator. Start. So that'll be our start, and then we'll have like a little break here.
You're listening.
Anyways, let's listen to these tracks actually. So we could do the sound effects later because the sound effects are like can be done. Oh shit, it's like 15 minutes already passed. Okay, let's listen through some of these and see which ones we like. Yeah. Okay, I didn't really have to do that. Okay, here we go. Okay, so this is my first track that I made, Funk Flavor Jam. This is kind of like what I was thinking, in between, a lot of bass here. So that's a cool one. What about this one, Hardware Store Rock? Oh, they're all warped. That is not good. Yeah, I don't want that warped. I don't want that warped. I was like, yeah. Oh my God, no, do not do that. Okay. Okay, I like this one because it has like a guitar sound I built. Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking like something. Yeah, okay. This could be like a nice little intro. Okay. I don't think I need this. There's also rad like guitar stuff. Oh, the guitar could actually be good for this. All right. So yeah, this guitar sound I like built from scratch using Ableton plugins and stuff, but it kind of sucks, not gonna lie. In terms of like emulating real guitar, I just really like the effects pedals I put in. Okay, so we'll use that part. This is a video game track, Quest for a Golden Apple. Okay. Okay, a little bit too much sonic energy. I think I'm just gonna use this first part since it just has a bass line. And then maybe for like the rise, because there's... Yeah, and then this can be like the hit here. So we can have this like kind of be the rising action towards just like you're listening to the remix, the hot music, and then this could be kind of like the part where it rises. You know what I mean? We'll put this on a different track actually. I don't want this. Oh my God, I'm already like screwing up the color stuff. Okay. Raw takes. So yeah. Okay, so I don't know why I put this guy here. I don't need this. And then finally we got Style Since Cuisine, which I did like a long time ago. There's like a beat drop somewhere here. Maybe we could use this. And then this part, we can kind of maybe use this little part here where it's like on different section. I've never had to did a bumper like this. So this is going to be interesting how I'm going to splice all these together. All right, separate audio ones, do that here. And then what's the beginning like? Yeah, okay. I think that should be fine. And then Funk Flavor Jam. Oh yeah, we didn't even get the beginning for this. Yeah, we can do that. And then this has a little riser action. Okay, this could kind of play in between when I say the ad stuff. So we'll do that. We'll put this probably in the beginning. Okay, mute that. Okay, now that we did that stuff, we're gonna group these guys together and just call them edits. And so speak, I guess we'll just call this. And then we're gonna have to do like the radio station technique, which, let's see. Usually when radio stations talk, they kind of sound a bit muffled, but super effecty. So if I want to get my voice to sound like very radio station-esque, yeah, I'll just do this. Mute, yep.
You're listening to the. You're listening to.
Okay, cool. So if we're going to put effects here, first thing I'm going to do, EQ.
You're listening to the remix. You're listening to the remix.
Yeah, something like that. And then this could be like a big hard hit. So maybe we can have
To the remix.
what should we have for this? What's this guy? Yeah, this could be the beginning.
You're listening to the remix.
And then this could kind of be edited so it's like way, way quieter. So you could probably turn this like, right, like -7. And then
You're listening to the remix.
okay, I'm not gonna have time to edit this. So instead, I'm just gonna put audio effects in my voice. So probably the first thing I'm gonna need is an oversaturator because I want to give myself a lot of warmth and like fuzz. Saturate. No, saturate. Okay.
You're listening to.
So
You're listening to the remix.
cool.
You're listening.
That's
You're listening to the remix.
yeah, something like
You're
that.
listening to the remix.
I like that. And then we'll
To the remix. Remix. Remix.
yeah, and then this remix line, I want to edit to be. Actually, I could take all these different remix lines.
To the remix. To the remix. To the remix. To the remix.
Yeah, I did remix there.
The remix.
The remix. Yeah, that one kind of sucks. But this line will have a delay on. I'll just give it a little fade, a little back, and maybe on the 4, so it'll be like
To the remix.
yeah, like that. And then this, I don't know if I want to put a reverb because I don't want. It's like really high energy. Let's see.
You're listening to the remix.
Okay. Let's put a little compressor there just to give it a little bit more oomph. So we could put this kind of before here, like around.
You're listening to the remix.
And we'll do like a slight attack and cut down ratio, but
You're listening to the remix.
yeah. And then we can take this drive a little bit off.
You're listening to the remix.
Yeah, and
You're listening to the remix. You're listening to the remix. You're listening to the remix. You're listening to the remix.
okay, shut up.
To the remix.
And then have this kind of come here,
Remix. Remix.
and then take this guy pretty down.
Remix. Remix. Remix.
Okay, and then make sure you cut that part off. Don't want to hear my mouse clicks. And then next part we had was here.
The hottest music. Hottest music. The hottest.
Yeah, we're gonna use this line. Like hottest music station around. And then
Music station around, where music and taste come together. Music and taste, where music and taste come together.
yeah, I kind of like this one. So we'll put that there, and that'll be our end bumper. Okay. So, am I missing something? Should I put a small? Maybe I'll put like a small little erosion. Oh, I don't know if erosion's the right thing to do here. Let's try it. Let's try it.
You're listening to the remix. You're listening to the remix.
Eh,
You're listening to the remix.
that's kind of there. What if I put a reverb to kind of give myself a little bit more space and like largeness?
You're listening to the remix.
Okay, a little bit, way too much. Okay, I don't really need early reflections. Take that down, and I don't need a chorus.
You're listening to the remix.
Size can be way smaller than that.
You're listening to the remix. This music station around, where music and taste come together.
Yeah, and then this could be the funk flavored jam part. Can go here. Oh my god, this is, why is there so many green? This is so much green. Okay, Quest of Golden Apple. I think you're fine. Okay, well, we can start off. Oh my god, I only have 5 minutes. I need to put even sound effects.
To the re.
Okay. Let's just.
You're listening to the re. You're listening to the remix.
And then this could kind of go here. And then this could go a bit down.
The hottest music station around.
And then maybe Hardware Store Rock can kind of jump in here. Where
This music station station around. Around.
a little bit too quick. But.
Station around.
And then maybe
Where music and
I kind of want this. I don't. Man, I have no idea what I'm doing, huh? Okay, I at least want to have this line be put right here in the middle as we go. So like maybe have this like right here, just like really quick. And then have this be way quieter. You also
where music and taste come.
yeah, I want to
And taste.
this
Where music and taste come together.
yeah. And then that can lead to this part. So we could do that, we could do that. I'm not still a fan. Maybe we can switch these two tracks out. So maybe instead of this guy can come here, and then
The hottest music.
oh man,
The hottest music station around.
maybe the beginning for this one was better. Probably like this part, yeah. So
The hottest music station around. You're listening to the remix. The hottest music station around. Where music.
Okay, and then this guy can kind of come up here. Man, these bumpers are like really short, actually.
You're listening to the remix. The hottest. The hottest music station around. Where music and taste come together. To the remix.
Maybe have like a little flanger here. Wow, I had like no time to...
Remix.
Yeah, this could be a bit louder.
To
47
the
seconds.
remix. The hottest music station around.
What if I had this fade up very, very subtly?
You're listening to the remix. 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 The hottest music station around. Where music and taste come together.
Yeah, something like that. Okay, time's up. That was ass. I didn't even put sound effects in that were supposed to make it like super catchy and whatnot. I had this whole silly sound effects thing and I didn't even get to use it. Okay. I mean, I kind of don't really know what to do with these. Like, what is it? Deflate wet balloon? Like, what am I supposed to do with these? I know they're... Okay, maybe dog chew toy might have worked. I don't know. I was thinking more like people laughing or something. At least that's kind of funny, actually. But yeah. Okay, so this kind of didn't pan out how I expected it to. But... yeah, I don't know. I feel like I just needed to put more effects. I spent too much time just literally making the effects for this voice, but
Listening to the remix. The hottest music station around.
this could like be a little...
Remix.
Maybe this could just go here and then just like
The hottest music station around. Where music and taste come together. Where music and taste come together. Where music and taste come together.
I think having it...
Where music.
I don't know. I'm just playing around here. I didn't even get to, dude. I need to go back and just like put in a lot more and clean all this booty hole up. Cause look at this. This is just garbage. This is all just garbage, man. Whatever. At least I recorded something. That's something, I guess. But wow, this really sucked. I'm sorry, everyone, for putting you through this, but thank you for watching, and I'll see y'all later.